Yeah, Rakgadi, it doesn't matter how light you are.
Exactly.
Automatically, Rakgadi, I got.
Welcome to the Tona podcast.
You also need to account to certain things, Sahori.
Challenge of perspective, yeah.
No, all we are saying good when in the next coming 20 years, umlu.
I don't think Romatet. Correct, I'm 50, 51. Kirisakas Thomas Rinkana. Hi, let's catch Josaki.
And about Tomagadi Chuba.
Kiwa Fadi Gugu. Ohane.
Plus, oh, Tomo Verega about Tomalugo spanning. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's very crazy.
Guys, Nabila Tansalor, I'll be Rakgadi.
Exactly.
And Rakgadi one because my
this is my peel. Rakgadi Omulu.
Yeah, Rakgadi, it doesn't matter how light you are.
Exactly.
Automatically, Rakgadi, I got.
Kisalwan, Kimsalan, but Kimusalan Amulu.
Come on, it's not that bad.
Even now that you speak, I've come to realize, we, it's like the black society, like we are not, like we are not mentally equipped.
Liberated, we are not.
Because now, we all know where like the illness it's leading associated with old age. Adikidi Alzheimer, memory loss, no, not like say long like they affect
practical stay long at some particular point
yeah, you find like an old person. So you find like an old person like but naked or whatever. To us,
bars for days. And I think a lot of people need to learn about this.
And then to only find out later on, no, this person maybe on Alzheimer, on dementia. Yeah, it happens.
It very much happens.
I kid you not.
As you're always ready. Yeah, we are super ready. We are always ready for. I think it's part of curriculum yakasi to say grow up and understand violence better than anything else. And when we are equipping them, we're not equipping them they're gonna work for them. Like for now, we have sufficiency of skills. Why don't we do that? But else violence. Bongs fisang bongs.
Does the crime match the punishment?
Yeah.
It doesn't.
You're saying something very, very working solid. Does the crime match the punishment?
Yeah.
Does the punishment complement the crime?
Exactly.
No, compliment, but I don't know like compliment.
Okay, guys, let's take a shift turn now. You know, I don't even know anything on that live. They asked the question. Also on the group, they posted it. Papa, would you smash your cousin?
For days. I'm telling you, for days, bro. Like for example, right? Yeah. For days, Joe.
Oh my goodness.
You know, bro.
What are you projecting?
Okay, this is what I'm projecting. You have this cousin, super nice, super fit.
Your type.
Dog.
Your kind.
Dog. And your conversations, you can tell.
Your fantasy.
You know, me and this person are clicking. And the way me and this person are clicking, it's not on a family level. Mizam.
Requisition.
Yeah. So you zam, and if it goes well, it goes well, and nobody's gonna know about it.
They're gonna
so
know.
So when you wouldn't.
Nah.
Be honest.
I wouldn't.
Let's just be frank. Come clean.
Okay. It depends.
On?
It depends. Like. Lady cousins say like I've never thought about them in that light.
I get cousin anything. Any other cousin. Ile type ya box, would you smash?
And I'm telling you,
I won't.
what's a barracuda? I can't last watch. What told me? And it's your cousin.
Nah.
And then about you, maybe la reina renzi.
Nah,
You
nah.
complimentary when journalist.
Nah, bro. And I'm not saying quiet it in the but nah.
The good thing about cousins is that the secret becomes a secret.
Yeah.
And you can easily get away with a lot of things if you guys are around or whatever. I know a lot of people that would sleep with their cousins for days, and not because of Panaleda's addiction to sex or whatever, but it's just one of those things where and then come we don't see ourselves. That's why we have a lot of cases of people marrying their cousins. And you just get pregnant by your cousin. Just think about it.
Yeah.
More we talking about and a bongsun way hanafe.
No, like not personally I wouldn't.
This goal. If I smash this goal, my life is gonna be now. And putting her on my list, on my hit list. The gents are gonna be now. And they're gonna understand where I smashed that hand. So imagine that hand that you fantasize a lot. That hand is your cousin. And she wants to.
Nah, I wouldn't then. I
You're
wouldn't.
just saying it for the sake of the podcast.
No, well, I wouldn't. But like I said, like not one. It depends. It depends on the cousin if he want to. One of the distant cousins, like you are cousins, but they are not really cousins. Want to
My cousin, I cousin.
one of the cousin, man.
So what did he actually do it?
He won't. There's no advocacy. Cousin, nigga, cousin.
Yeah.
Cousin.
Why? Why?
You just said
Why? Let's say you are coming from the longest drought.
John, I suffer from one thing.
And the salt is very salty.
This suffer from one thing, ne? I don't think I'll ever grow out of it. What will my family say?
It doesn't matter because they won't find out.
It matters.
No, they won't find out.
I can't guarantee that.
Why? Are you going to talk about
cannot
it?
guarantee that.
If that was the case, if that was the case, you wouldn't be intimate with people.
Exactly.
Knowing no, I wanna keep it. What would my family say?
With those hands about board, I'm celebrating. You know the vibes.
There's something about what you and the cousin will be doing. What if like I miss Anna?
Exactly. Now we have a child. Now the family knows that we were smashing. But if there's no child, I guess there's preventions.
Yeah.
And then there's also condoms. Right? My cousin is someone. Like
no, not
let me tell. When you find a cousin, and that cousin is basically no, I'm telling you guys, listen to me. And that cousin is basically family. But she's not pushing the whole agenda of family.
Yeah.
You smash. Because you guys are friends.
Okay, and wait, you ring like a very important thing. The cousins, like I told you, the cousins are this one. I can't smash my wana ram.
Yeah,
but others is gay. Others is gay.
Yeah, for days. Now that's why I won't hesitate.
What if the family are gonna have us mishana?
It's very
chances
nice.
are, and then you know what? Some of us, chances are, really products. It's an incest. It's a relationship. It's a cousin and a cousin. I kid you not, bruh. I kid you not. Think about it. Think about it, bro. I kid you not.
But hey, and it might be because of lineage. Yeah. The father comes from.
Yeah. I think the term Maleme by from Maloma Ban. Like you
but you make a very valid point.
It's about it. You hear stories of Malome and Aloma, but they kept it like under because society.
And when we afterwards, that's what I'm saying.
And the family good,
yeah. But I want to
if Nalo and a cousin and we chow it, it's very nice. Nobody's gonna find out unless if you blab about it.
But hey, and
the craziest thing about it is now it becomes very evident with the family without them actually understanding what we do. Like if me and this person we are smashing.
Yeah. Why did she let that?
Exactly.
Mama kita wali bona.
Those are the patterns. Now I know of a very good friend of mine recently. I think 2 years back, he was smashing a cousin.
Have you smashed a cousin?
Of course.
Oh, he says of course.
No,
Why are you
you know,
saying?
no, it's why because I watched the podcast. I get the last time you were here. Didn't you speak about something like that?
Yeah, we did.
Is it?
Yeah. Sharp memory.
Have you smashed your cousin?
Cousins.
And now you're gonna ask me which cousin.
one?
No, I won't. Have you ever engaged yourself in sexual intercourse?
I've
with
done
your
a lot
cousin?
of things, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, I've done a lot of things. Let's just put it that way. I've done a lot of things.
Okay, then we know what it is.
What it is.
We know the answer.
But I'm telling you, it's a nice experience. I feel like a lot of it's crazy how most people don't have that mentality to become adventurous, right? But once you try it out, you learn like a lot of things. Because now I'm one of those person who are so that's how if you say to me, "Oh, this book speaks about this," I want to see it for myself. I think I'm very theory.
Have your own relatable feelings.
Exactly, because now if you have your theory, it's your theory based on what you understand, not what I understand from what I'll be reading. So, I mean, cousins are cousins, bruh. Like, come on.
Okay, Sharp. Get
I mean,
ready.
there are cousins that you sit down and you're chilling. Joe, I'm telling you about that. Not in my home. That's why I protect my little sisters so very much.
Hey.
I have a lot of sisters.
Hey.
And my lot of sisters are very beautiful. If I see Nyana, cousin Nyana coming from Bulimpo, coming to their house, don't do that. Because I know.
Or I've done this before.
Exactly. So think about it. But and the way we younger thing, how did you even come about this question? Because when you asked.
Okay, what the group chat is?
Oh, we
Jay.
So I mean you just try it out. At the end of the day, the only problem is that family will level last night, but really they won't.
Bagas kwate forever.
No, lelur bailo kwata lang. Selung ura ba contribute just because of nana chana gaspa then come on, that's not even a big deal. Also little bit. You're my cousin.
Yeah.
Probably not even half sister. Me, I come from a lineage of boom cheese and the vibes. Right? We're cousins. Your father comes from that. That is a different.
And that's your father. It's not me.
And I feel like with us black people it's different. Hey, with white people, hey.
The chawi.
Serious?
Yeah, even like
Oh
siblings.
yeah. I remember I read something that back in the days, the boys were taught how to fuck by their moms, and the hands were taught how to fuck by their fathers.
Really?
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing to read about. It's like your father now prepares you for the man.
It's giving animals. Exactly. The next thing you're
Come
not
now, we not animals, come. Animals.
Fair. Yeah, that's a fact.
Exactly. We can read.
So that's basically what happened back in the past. So Lenangri, you just like black people. We do this whole things. They've been, bruh. We're just changing them now because as time goes by, women tend to have a voice. The more the feminist structure matures.
solidifies.
Yeah, when it matures, you guys start to talk. Man, guys, come on, think about it. Imagine your father smashing you. Then you guys start to put it, and then now you do a petition. After you do a petition, then the government starts to think about it, to say, hey, this is very wrong.
And then they authorize it.
Cancel culture.
Wait, I read something there. You know how like Rena as guys we don't have like men day. I guess you guys have like
Yeah.
and then somebody said and then it was an eye opener in a way because like but you guys like have 2 days. Once you have Women's Day and then Mother's Day. But the whole 364 days is us.
But do you know why there was Women's Day?
And we support
Do you know why there was Women's
supporting
Day?
them.
Yeah?
Do you know why there was Women's Day?
Why?
Educate us. I know, but educate us.
So I think it was like 4 women from my train of thoughts Kopla Lilian Goy, Helen Joseph, Rahima Musa.
Politicians.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the reason why there was Women's Day, they marched to the Union buildings prior to the Dawn Pass, and it was on the 9th of August. So by Maga is Women's Day, whereby it's a day where women took the lead. Women stepped out of their comfort zone, and they were like, fuck what the society says.
Exactly. So
we
now,
are doing this shit.
Now you guys are trying to occupy the whole calendar.
And then I can't.
There's Mother's
the
Day.
reason why there's Women's
The
Day.
craziest thing about it,
Girlfriend Day.
one of Father's Day. Father's Day doesn't have a date.
It doesn't. They know that.
It's very forced.
60.
Exactly. But you guys have a date.
Chapo.
And then you know what Kemanga is saying, Harbafeng Women's Day? Men.
Exactly.
Us.
And the 16, Mona, you guys are trying to shove this whole feminist thing in this thing.
Yeah.
Look at December. The first 16 days of December is an activist against women.
Children.
Except for 16 days. I touch you, I'm going to jail. No manga business.
Yeah.
You won't ask me, you won't do anything. When I get to Yankantolo, you'll be doing your vendors thing.
Maraga January baraki domestic.
Exactly.
The bullet is an eye.
You know the vibes.
Domestic immediately.
You don't know. What are we?
Yeah, I get
we are going to be honest, guys. How to know police station about domestic
Exactly.
Let's be honest.
White envelope. Black white envelope.
Somebody at what
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, sharp, guys. Another one, finding out and realizing.
Finding out and realizing.
Oh,
Finding out versus realizing.
Are they not the same thing?
No.
No, they're not.
No.
When you realize it's you sitting down. In your party. But this one doesn't end up. And when you find out, it's you chilling.
It's you having to find out.
And then I'm calling da.
And then there's realizing.
And now you don't know what to say. You know that short scaredness that you get when another guy calls you.
Yeah.
And then you no, think about it.
Yeah, no, wait a so like a
That's
couple of weeks back, one of my friends bang prank call. The guy says, "Exe bongs, Manswar, I don't recognize the voice."
Yeah.
I'm like, this person knows where I live. I'm scared. I won't lie. What you like? Arne, again. They you know, Lord, it's a plot to Mamilo. I don't know anyone from Mamilo. Engage a social would have like, hey,
or I'm not again.
One sword, yeah. Kenya Correbelega, one sword. Ka girlfriend da ka khopela o tle mo die message re I'm like, nope, I'm not coming. What the I kid you not, but like when you get that call, in a way, you hope hey, stay away from other people.
But Mina, I beg to differ. I remember when I was in high school, dude, the things that we used to do in Soshanguve are so outrageous.
Yeah.
I get this call from this taxi driver. I'm only doing grade 11.
Yeah.
This guy tells me, unjala medu and what's a media chief? At some particular point, I think those are the things they actually grow you to become a man.
Yeah.
They take that part of you being scared and say, I need to stand up for myself now.
So as a guy, alright, nobody's going to stand up for you.
Exactly.
If you don't do enough for yourself.
Is it?
No.
Everybody now want Gemelela.
Exactly.
Ndripe mole. What's
you know the vibes. It's a normal day.
For sure. Which you know that
Papa.
Like one. Tapos at the same time, plus relax. Relax kaya high. Katafela ke ngwaga bro. Katsa sabeti ka le kaya malanga ka ilo betela ke mo.
You're chilling. And the craziest thing about it is once about it, everything. It changes like everything.
Yeah, you feel like everyone is laughing at you.
And the craziest thing is, no so, but I'm And you start one of those things. Exactly. And you start one of those things that are Joe. You can be a Brian.
But
you're moved, bruh.
You were. And then what the worst part about the whole thing was that like Nereta Medrigi were like recent there for Sokola Medri.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time, bro. I'm balling.
Exactly.
I'm having a bar.
Excited.
I'm very excited.
You're in your prime.
I'm done with school.
The shit.
No more waking up at 5 a.m.
You have arrived. Can now better like.
But wait.
So he found out and he actually returned
he didn't even find out. And then what's ridiculous about this whole thing, Kohore, up until that day, I didn't think Horosan Almajida Masho.
Yeah.
So, Motone Ganaliana, get last media at the time. I get so the guy Omone earlier on, now before giving tried speaking to the girl I'm a blow her off.
As in finesse.
Yeah. So the girl I'm a blow her off.
Okay.
Now I was just unfortunate later that night. So the guy have career. And I was like, guys, get on guy. Yeah, and I'm like, my nigga. So and then I was very shocked like you still find guys being like as a guy you need to accept rejection. Not every girl I approach
in today's world, yeah.
Yeah, that's why nigga shocked in today's world because
yeah, but don't you know when you grow up being surrounded by people that don't celebrate you, you just have a lot of things, especially when it comes to like you say some words, dog. Jesus say some words, bro, and don't hate you, right? And Ugaramuto Joe, Ofetomahana was right.
If I'm not all of that, why no approaching
exactly?
Why?
Yeah, but you know, Mo is just being man, but I remember defensive in a way.
But waiting, but I feel like a stemmer from what I wanna come if like you grow up and have nothing to celebrate.
Yeah.
You don't have like achievements you never had that confidence to approach someone who's at which is why today Ogram Mushima and Aberigini in a price tag. I'm like, what the fuck? Why? Confidence I think. That's the only thing. That's the only thing they can like they can celebrate. They have nothing to celebrate.
Yeah.
And they're also brainwashed to say ha parakotona lara.
Yeah.
You know? So it's a tech for them. It's like, I don't know, Maracasi is one of the worstest cases I've ever had to come and chill and understand the whole side here. Here is a, you know, it's very different.
The Mickey
girls
Mouse.
don't think, the guys think, but they're so lazy. You know? Dog, come on.
So
and
guys,
if anyway,
okay.
And if like we frequent Marava start like the whole week on Zoya, I kid you not. If it was authentic, even celebrities buy from them.
Hey Joe, I saw a video of this guy. This guy that's Magutume. He was saying, Joe, skip us at 12
Yeah, honestly.
So no so can nalo umwanyana ga yiti jo nalo na tlhakantsha dipinana mara mokgwa kwa taki
and it raises like a lot of eyes because like you find like Casper Nyovest once said for it nah I'm a celebrity, yes he's a celebrity and then one would think or he does have man, and I think he does have man. But wait are the thing or wearing like expensive things is that like you can't buy one.
Oh yeah.
You can't buy one.
Yeah, you can't just buy
now
one.
Gucci and then on the next event he can't wear a shit.
Yeah, and Gucci
exactly. So there's always that constant pressure.
Oh mara joy be ta jogi thuri ya mara mpalle rabi. And then now one thing I like and then I'll always respect Ronnie for this thing none never get buy a fake giga chele than made. That's that.
Never.
But that's the okay, so sharp way. The retail market also they've started this thing already. The fake.
Yeah, but when how you are buying a genuine thing.
Yeah.
You're buying a genuine thing because
Let's
they
say
put
you're
a good
under the
price tag.
impression.
Okay, you're under the impression, but then about example.
No, you don't know.
No,
I mean, if you wanted to buy fake,
Okay.
you're gonna go buy where you know Rocky Shop. Here they sell
But
fake.
wait in my thinking, ne? Like level like say Air Force, ne? Air Force is around 2K, 2.5. And get now have I regisaga DM for prices by regisaga boma 1,002.
Barga DM for prices.
1,000. Baby Zagamko 1,000. The difference
Why the
isn't
DM for
1,000 isn't that much. Kore, you can say ere just save up 4,000 and we can buy the real thing. I get if Kimika sense na 1,000 because chances are this Air Force bona be regile ka 300 rand. Baraka la box ka 5 rand. Baraka plastic ka rand. So that's 306. Now I have to pay 1,000 rand for the same thing. It doesn't make sense.
But the craziest thing about this whole thing is, do you know China has a contract with the real brands to manufacture fake?
Right.
It's the same thing. It's the same concept. McDonald's manufactures fake Coke. They have a contract with Coca-Cola.
Eh?
Yeah, Marure, it doesn't taste the same. Man.
Exactly.
So why
Have a
so you
Coke
know
at McDonald's with more ice.
Yeah.
You'll see.
I don't like Coke.
Yeah, but
No.
that's the thing. If cream soda, they have like a contract with Coca-Cola to produce like fake stuff. So the same thing is with China. China has a contract with that is why Okonogra design your iPhone but with an Android system.
Yeah. Okay. In a way, it does make
It's
sense.
crazy. Like China's one of the leading because when you go back, the first business that was created in the world was from China, specifically in Singapore.
But
It's
you know,
very crazy. These people, if China wants to move markets now, you guys would cringe for days.
yeah, of course.
Yeah. Because I've also seen them on social media, there's like hands. China.
Yeah.
And they seem genuine.
Yeah, of course. Wait, what the Chinese say, but if we see a product, like it's quite innovative and arataka bill, we'll try and replicate that product, but at a cheaper price. And then in a way, it does make sense because if only fake goods, in a way the driver a price
Exactly.
China market.
Yeah, like that's the new life. That's where we're living now.
Yo. I sham. Attack this.
The only thing, Bona, the craziest thing about this world of business, that's why it's a promise. If a person sells you something, just know they're selling you their words. It's convincing. When you get to people you want them to invest in, you convince them. Even though that's not gonna work out, but you just convince them.
Yo.
But
Once-
there's
I
the
know.
Jobo. Imagine Bripek. Let's talk about it. How is Bripek inflated to become the biggest? So in South Africa we don't have huge chickens.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, how do you have a bigger piece? You got a piece of mojo.
Obviously, GMO one get.
Exactly. So if you can duplicate food, yeah, but
Anyways, guys, we are recording more M35 just adjacent to Total Garage. Yamostek Vatere. Almost by my front opposite Koma Blomo. Next door local Royal. Ultimate kids. Kids. Come go Royally. More like more Gratching. Come Koma Blomo. Yeah, come in never defend the man.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, and Nagana go sham. Nagana go next television. No, but I'm just being frank. I didn't know anything by the time Nelly ran
you're
in.
lying.
Yeah, but so yeah, Kemo M35, they sell nice food. They know how to cater for people, and it's a beautiful place. We have a nice background. We have everything, all sorts of nice, and we enjoy shooting here. Hence why you always see us here, sitting K for comfortable. Anyways, guys, please do subscribe, like, comment, and hit the
Notification bell.
so that
You can be informed every time we drop an episode.
I know that's right.
Drop the mic, bro. Drop the mic.
From me, Wanta, to Boba, to Bongsi. Salute. Next time, guys. Chapo.